Looks like we're good, guys.
Okay.
All right. So welcome today to the newest installment of Metahumans Mondays. Thank you everyone for joining in, and anyone who was going to watch us live here and has the opportunity to join us in the chat, would love to have you there too. We'll answer some questions there as well, so you can join in the conversation just like last week. By the way, thank you everyone who joined us in last week on the Star Wars May the 4th Be With You special episode. That was a lot of fun. So thank you everyone who joined us on that show. Tons of fun. And today we got a lot of great topics. And today we also have another very special guest joining us today. So, would you like to introduce yourself? Up above me on the right.
Oh, definitely. Hey, everybody. My name's Gabriel. You guys know me as G La Cuesta, and I am the Batman hunter that ends up coming out. I think this week I snagged quite a few Daredevils, so
Nice.
hopefully you're all doing well.
Awesome. And then we got Francisco. Hey, Francisco, what's up, dude? Boy Blunder.
What's up, everybody? Hope everybody had a good weekend and got some good comments.
Fantastic, man. And Francisco just got back from Jason David Frank signing, actually, which was pretty fantastic, I heard.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude.
Gotta give it up.
It was pretty cool, dude.
Oh, there we go.
Dude, that picture alone is worth it, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hey, that's
and
a
the best
sick.
part, it's signed in green ink.
Yeah, that's a sick print, man. That is
Yeah,
a
I
sick-
saw it. I was like, this is really cool.
That's a sick print, man.
Dude, super chill.
Yeah. Hell
Honestly,
yeah.
I
dude.
feel like they need to make a Lord Draken movie, or even just a show, or like something small,
Oh,
special.
They're doing
And
something
let
big
him
right now.
do it.
They're doing.
Yeah. That's why they started doing the White Dragon. They're doing that because they can't do any more of the Power Ranger stuff.
Mm,
Because it's Power Rangers. It's not technically theirs and all that.
gotcha.
All right, guys. So our first topic today is a big one. This is the biggest news of the week, in my opinion. There's other stuff that comes out, but we have our Red Sonja, Hannah John Kamen. If I'm saying it correctly. Sometimes you want to say Carmen because you think the R's are, but it's
Yeah.
Kamen.
Yeah.
Hannah John Kamen as Red Sonja. And if she looks slightly familiar to you, or if you're not familiar with her work, she's actually she was Ghost in the Ant-Man and the Wasp film, and she's been in a lot of things actually. Actually, the one that tripped me out right now is she's playing Jill Valentine in the Resident Evil movie. Did you guys know that?
Oh, snap.
No.
Yeah,
I
welcome.
did not know that at
Yeah,
all.
I just found that out like 2 days ago. She's Jill Valentine and Welcome to Raccoon City. So
Yeah.
holy smokes, we're about to yeah, she's gonna she's blowing up. You know what I mean? And then Ant-Man the Wasp, of course, she was Ava. She was Ghost. She was in Ready Player One, which I haven't seen that movie, but I knew it was a big thing when it came out. Interestingly enough, there's a show called Black Mirror, and she plays a character called Sonya in there.
Oh,
Yeah, and
it
then
was meant to be.
yeah, yeah. Game of Thrones. She's Ornelia. She's been in a bunch of things that I didn't even really like catch, but it's like they're big, especially the news on her playing Jill in the Resident Evil. That's gnarly,
yeah. Also, she was in the Game of Thrones then as well.
Yeah, Game
That's
of
cool.
Thrones.
So she's got like that medieval feel good. Get it down there.
Yeah. Even voice work. She was Nala in the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, which was that show that was on Netflix.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she's done a lot of stuff actually. It was pretty surprising. But most notably, all of us know her as Ghost from Wasp. You know what I mean? Because we're all big Marvel fans.
That one rings my bell the most.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have
Yeah.
changed my response to the Resident Evil news to be like, wait, there's a Resident Evil movie coming out?
Yeah, that's probably gonna be really cool, man.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, so here's where the conversation kind of gets sparked, because there's a lot. As much as we have people stoked that she's gonna play Red Sonja, we have a lot of people that are not stoked. So, we have, I'd say, it's really weird. It almost seems like it's a 50-50 split on her with some people. A lot of people are saying, oh, she doesn't have the red hair, but dude, they can just dye her hair. You know what I mean? I mean, Scarlett Johansson doesn't have red hair either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's a lot of actors and actresses that all they do is just dye their hair, and now they're a completely different, person. So it's not like that can't be fixed. Now, if the movie comes out and she doesn't have red hair, okay, we got a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's the characteristic
Yeah.
of Red Sonja. Otherwise,
I mean, it's in the title.
exactly, you can't mess that up. So I think it's safe to say she's gonna have the red hair. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Best line ever. Don't worry, we'll fix it in post.
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we spoke earlier. I mean, if Henry Cavill had a mustache vanish, then I mean we can definitely
should be good either way.
we should be fine. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that hair.
oh, I like this image right here. This has our good friend Joseph Michael Linsner. He did a Batman
nice.
variant for our store, a Batman 100 variant. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But he did the art for our exclusive. This is his Red Sonja. He's done a lot of Red Sonja covers actually. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I am actually a huge Red Sonja fan. My wallet for the last 8 years, it's an old ass wallet, is a Red Sonja wallet. I had a Red
Nice.
Sonja keychain. I've got sticker on a binder that I have. I have the first appearance. I've had it for like
Ooh,
years.
nice.
I didn't buy it because of
That
spec. Yeah,
that just shot up.
it did. Yeah, but I'm not selling it. So yeah.
It's a private collection at
Yeah,
this
I
point.
actually have an image of it right here. So it's issue number 23. Yeah, so it's funny because I actually not a while back, pretty recently, I pretty much 95% of my collection I traded slash yeah, pretty much traded to an auction house because I got a TMNT 1. So I made the decision I couldn't pass it up, so I gave everything I had. So my entire like life collection is pretty much gone, and I just have a very small amount of books. And one of those books of that small like 5% that I did hold on to was this Conan 23, which is the first appearance of Red Sonja. So this book is really special to me. So I'm all in with this movie. I've been waiting for a new Red Sonja movie for a long time, you know. So
I really like her facial expressions. That like if you see her in like her poses and all that, she has that fierce look to her. So I feel like she's definitely, well, from my point of view, I feel like she's definitely gonna like take it full on and look amazing. I feel like she's gonna do a great job.
yeah. And,
So actually, the picture that you had of that cover and Common right next to Hannah John Common right next to each other.
oh yeah.
If you look at it, the eyes are just perfectly. She's got that look of like, I've got this.
Yeah.
Like I am as bad as you think I am,
Yeah.
and then some,
Yes. Yeah. Right there.
and more.
It's
It's kind of a deal.
great.
If you look at it, the eye expression right there is just like this right here.
Yeah,
Right, that one right there is perfect.
yeah, she already kind of has like a warrior thing going. Like remember that show back in the day with like when like Kevin Sorbo and Xena the warrior princess and all.
Xena the Warrior Princess, yeah.
She already kind of looks like she would have been like a fighter on one of those shows or something, you know, like a warrior princess or something, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. Whoa, skip a slide there. So like on the Conan the Barbarian, one of the other big things that's being talked about right now is a lot of people are the Conan the Barbarian number 24, where she's actually on the cover and it says the Song of Red Sonja. That book's heating up right now, but people would call Conan 23 a cameo, but she's like in more than 16 pages and it straight up
Yeah.
says Red Sonja on Conan 23. So there's like
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
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 There's no denying that Conan 23.
It was a debut, pretty much.
She stated herself in there. I'm Red Sonja.
Yes. So for anyone curious about that, don't be fooled and pay extra for 24 when 23 is the actual first appearance, you know. 24 is a great book too, but 23 is the true first appearance.
So 24, if I guess like if you were to put it better, is that her first cover appearance?
Yes, it's her first cover
Yeah.
Okay,
appearance.
got you.
what-
So that would be the difference. 23 is her first actual
Yes.
appearance.
Uh-huh.
24 is the first cover appearance.
Yeah, that is accurate. Exactly. Yes.
Gotcha.
So it's if you're a Red Sonja fan, it's cool to have both, right? But
Yeah.
and if you don't want to spend big bucks on that, all the modern Red Sonja stuff is super accessible, and there's even a number 1, which we'll get to a little bit later, that's out right now. That's cover price everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's just a great time for Red Sonja fans all around, you know. And oh, you know what? Shout out to the Red Sonja Instagram. They're very active and super cool. If only more franchises would do what they do, but they're very active. Like
Oh yeah.
they'll love your comments. They'll comment. Like
They'll share
they
stuff.
share stuff. Like it's super cool, man. Very respectable.
Like more people need, or more like teams need to do that.
Yeah, I really enjoy following it.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? We got Pete in the chat. How you doing, dude? All right. So, yeah, super cool, man. I'm digging what they're doing. So this kicks us into our next topic, which I'm gonna actually let you guys take over. I'll chime in at the end right here, but man, starting with Francisco, then Gabriel, what were your guys' reactions on this Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer? Because this just dropped, and you guys caught more little Easter eggs in here than I did. So I would love to hear you guys spin off of this, because this was a cool trailer. Oh, they're calling it a teaser, right? This is a cool teaser. Yeah.
Wait, that was a teaser?
That's what they said.
That felt longer than a teaser.
Yeah,
That felt like
I
a
know.
legit trailer right now.
Exactly. I thought it was the trailer because I was just like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's still gonna be a full-length trailer later.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because this one was only like 1:50, I think, or something like that, 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, and the full's gonna be
like
3.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
It felt longer. Was it?
Yeah, there's always a full trailer closer to the release, you know, and that full trailer you're really gonna see Carnage in that one. Right here they give you the little, you know. Yeah.
No, I really loved seeing it, like Cassidy at the end. That was my favorite part of the whole thing. I was just like, ah.
Yeah. They fixed his hair, huh? You saw that?
Yeah.
They did the Sonic the Hedgehog thing, bro. Remember that? When people complain enough about something, they're like, all right, we're going to go in and fix it.
Yeah.
I think one of the best Easter eggs that I found, so one of the spoilers I heard early on was that apparently when they released the teaser trailer, Tom Holland's Spider-Man was like really rumored to be in there, even if it was just for a brief second. And obviously he wasn't in it. Spoiler alert, guys. If you haven't seen the trailer, spoiler alert, late. He's not in it, but there is something very small that happens as Cassidy is talking. At one point, he's in his cell, and the next thing you know, he just squishes a spider on his table. So I'm like, wait, is this a reference to something here? Are we getting a little hint at something? So I'm curious to see it. And to go off of what Francisco said, I loved seeing that little teaser of Carnage, even though we don't get Carnage in its full form, but it almost looks like he's being incinerated as he's becoming Carnage. Like his skin starts to bubble and turn into fire, which I was like, oh man. Plus, you got to give it to Woody Harrelson. He has such a unique cadence when he talks. Yeah. And it's so like playfully delivered. Like it's almost like, dude, are you serious right now? And then all of a sudden you're like, I think I should be more than 3 feet away from you right now. Or 6 feet, whatever social distancing is. It's like, I think you should, times that by infinity. I think I need to be that far away.
Yeah, there's a lot to break down in there.
Way too much.
Francisco, are you this is a good question for all of us to answer. All right, so Francisco, if this is the age-old symbiote question. Venom or Carnage?
I like Carnage, but there was a point where I have to admit I was a full-on. I mean, I liked Venom, but there was a point where I was a full-on Carnage fan for a while. So I would have to lean towards Carnage.
If I can chime in there for a moment, I'm going to be brutally honest here. So I jumped in on the comic bandwagon really late. I didn't start getting into comics until I was probably about like 22. I'm 26 right now, so about 4 years. So I'm like steamrolling through all these different things. And if I had to pick, I guess I'm a sucker for an anti-hero. So I have to pick Venom, because at the end of the day, Eddie Brock is the wrong place at the wrong time. And even though he's got this, this apparent issue that he's got with himself, at the end of the day, he still just wants to help.
Yeah.
His way of going about it may be a little bit iffy based off of who he travels with. But at the end of the day, I'm a sucker for a guy down on his luck, being able to do something that people don't know about.
So I'm going to come in the other way. I actually, I've always liked Carnage more. And that's mainly just because it's the when you talk about a villain, right? Like he is like maniacal. Like he's insane. He's literally
Yeah.
insane. He's like the scariest villain you can kind of have in terms of like the Spider-Man universe because he's already crazy before he was even the thing he became. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like giving like you're saying, like Venom still has some kind of a morale to an extent, you know what I mean? But put that in someone that has absolutely no morale, and that is
And all of a sudden, it's crazy.
Yeah.
it is scary, you know what I mean? So I always felt like if they wanted to do the correct Carnage movie, it has to be rated R, you know what I mean? But like where I dug Carnage the most was when I was younger, is because I was connecting with him. Digging him as a character more because of the video games. You guys remember the video games back in the day, like Maximum
Oh,
Carnage
yeah.
on the SNES, and he had the red cartridge, and like I just thought it was cool. Like, oh, it's a red version. His name, you know what I mean? The red version of this cartridge with the, and then the comic books, like his first appearance where he's like in the air, the Mark Bagley cover. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff. So I just always dug Carnage from that out of the two of them. But I mean, I don't know how the movie. I really hope the movie's good. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Maybe Carnage ends up not being cool in the movie, but maybe he becomes more badass than we thought he was gonna be. You know what I mean? So I really hope they do him justice. And yeah, that'd be cool, man. Because Woody Harrelson's a really good actor. You know?
Oh yeah, really, really good actor. And I'm gonna kind of throw this out there. I know you said right now that in order to do Carnage justice, it has to be rated R.
Uh-huh.
I guess the only thing I could possibly say that may or may not have me with a little bit of hope is that, and I know this movie that I'm going to mention, it was rated R for the time, but it wasn't rated R because of the violence. It was rated R because of the infamous Flash scene that happened in there.
Uh-huh.
If you take the original Halloween, there's very little to no blood throughout the entire thing. Like,
oh yeah.
What's it called? I think like Jamie's character. Oh wait, no. Jamie Lee Curtis's character just gets like a cut on the arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. But that movie alone was scary, but it was scary because of the slow pacing.
Yeah.
I feel like this one for Carnage to have a good enough representation, I feel like it's got to be high impact. And even if we don't necessarily see, I guess, a whole lot of blood and guts and gore and stuff like that, which you would expect from a maniacal loon that is Carnage, because like you said, he was insane before he even got to have that power. I feel like if we just zoomed in on him and his facial expressions and the enjoyment of it that he gets, I feel like that's gonna do justice enough.
Yeah. Shout out to Peter Robles in the chat. He says Carnage. I asked him Venom or Carnage. He says Carnage. He says Natural Born Killers vibes from Woody. Yeah, and he hopes it's rated R. Yeah. Yeah, Natural Born Killers is a crazy movie.
I hope it is too. I mean, Deadpool was an indicator that, you know, you could do well with a rated R superhero movie.
Yeah. Let's get a Woody Harrelson, Natural Born Killers, and unless we get, it'd be hilarious. We got a Woody Harrelson Kingpin vibe. That bowling movie he did, that one was funny too, man.
Oh no! Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was equally a good character, but I'd rather go with the Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, man.
That quick question. I got a question for you. Just from the standpoint of the movie, do you think they're relying a little bit too much on the that humor dichotomy between Eddie and Venom? Or do you think it's gonna play itself out, or do you think it's like just enough if you sprinkle it in there in like odd little moments?
Yeah, they're really trying it with that breakfast scene, huh?
That and the Miss Chen scene too at the end.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see a lot of that. But also, sometimes I found that in trailers they give you like the jokes, and then you watch the movie and you're like, oh, that's the joke. Like they didn't really give you more jokes. They like tried to make it funny. You know what I mean? And they just gave it all.
They're trying to appeal on all fronts.
Yeah. So we'll see. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing it. You know, Tom Hardy does a good job too. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh yeah.
Should be a great movie. You know. Definitely.
I think we're all gonna have some fun, especially if like you could go to a theater like normally and like have your snack and have it be like the actual experience of stuff.
Yeah, did you see that? It said in theaters only on that one.
Exactly. So I'm like, well, if I'm gonna go to a theater, I want my popcorn, I want my hot dog, I want all my comforts, you know?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we do that, because even if the world returns well, it's not going to return completely to normal. Nothing's ever going to be
No.
exactly the same, but like how the theaters are going to handle it, because you still don't want to be sitting like 1 seat away from people still, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you still got to have the
Yeah.
space, even for the sake of like cleanliness, because not everybody is going to be as clean as you could be, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
so it's just,
Last I checked, it was like I think 3 seats away per people, and also in front of you.
yeah.
Wait, I thought it was that way, but like by groups. So like if you went in with a group of your own, like you guys could sit in your group, but there had to be at least 3 seats in between the next group or person, right?
Yeah, your
Mhm.
group is your group. But
Gotcha.
you want to be separated from other, and I would think that means separation behind you too, because it's pointless to not have anyone to the right or left of you, but like the person behind you sneezes on you and shit. You're gonna be like, oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh,
Ugh.
dude, you know what I mean?
You know what? I think I have the solution for all this, and hopefully we reach enough people and they say it. Bring back the drive-ins. This is gonna solve everything.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
just go in your cars,
Bro,
dude.
I'm-
Pile it up.
I am 1000% in to go to see Venom at a drive-in if that's what it was. Too
I
bad,
think,
like,
the nearest one is in San Diego, I think, right?
yeah, yeah. But imagine like a double feature, like a double Marvel movie feature. That
Oh,
shit sounds cool. You know
That'd be
what I mean?
awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome if they could do Venom 1 right before it and then do the second one.
Oh yeah,
as
like a
there.
little medley, huh?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Kind of like a marathon type deal, like leading into. I think that would be pretty dope.
Pete says just 1 row. It's a 1 row separation.
Distance?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know if that's even enough either, huh? 1 row is not 6
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because think about it, like the average distance a sneeze goes is pretty far.
yeah, and then like you're talking like even if it don't hit your face, you got like your open popcorn bucket to your right and shit. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Or your hair
straw.
and stuff like that. And how many times do we do this?
Yeah.
A day.
Yeah.
Where we, it's just
Yeah, it's gonna be complicated, man. But I mean, I know this. Like, if people aren't going to the theater and you don't got that many people, just sit like in the far corner and no one will mess with. You know what I mean? You'll be good. and
corner.
shit.
You're like
Far back.
right where the stairs are, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Screw it.
Those are the seats to get, guys.
Just find your spots. You know what I mean? Yeah, but. So I pulled the image up of the first appearance. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 361. Dude, it's funny. We're talking about. I saw Venom 1. I saw Venom the first movie. I saw it at the Calexico Theater. So when it came out, yeah, and I shit you not. While I was in there, like waiting for the movie to start, trailers, I was bidding on this book back then, dude. Like I was bidding on it, and like the movie started playing, and like I lost track of the. I put my bid in, so I was quote unquote winner, but of course I got sniped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like in between the movie, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. You know what I mean? Sometimes. So then I went to back check, and I was like, oh, I lost. And then dude, it was a 9.8 newsstand, and like it only went for like $2.99, right?
Wow.
And like I would have bet like $3.50 around there, and even that seemed like a lot at the time, right? Dude, I mean this book now is hitting $2,000.
Oh yeah.
$2,000,
Yeah.
dude. And this is
Dude,
dude. What, dude? I told myself I'll get one later. You know what I mean? You know we do that sometimes and shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like now
That's
it's like,
way
dude,
too much, man.
Yeah, it is
not too much, but like it's just crazy how much that it went up.
Yeah, and what's rough is CGC is being very difficult right now on grading modern books, like more moderner books like this. They're being brutal, dude. I had found two of these newsstands in a collection. They looked immaculate. They looked beautiful. They even had like double Mylar on them. I sent them in. There was also two spawns and two of these, two spawn ones and two of the ASM 361s. I sent all 4 books. On the 2 Carnages, dude, they gave me 9.6s, and they gave me 196 on the spawn one, and I got 198 on one of the spawn ones. And like that 198 on the spawn one, I swear the 9.6 looks better than the 9.8, right? And then the 9.6s on these ones, like they look like they're 9.8s. So like they're being very like rough. Sometimes I feel like it's just like whoever over there is just if they're having a good day or they're not. So like
they're having a bad day.
Yeah, so like, and I ended up and that was like a while back. I ended up just like selling the 9.6s because I really wanted the 9.8, But like it's just what I should have done was just like cracked it open and resent it, because sometimes those guys grading is subjective to some of those guys over there. They're human beings at the end of the day, and you might get a different guy and he might be like, oh, this is a 9.8, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
exactly, and the differences are so, like, once we start heading up to 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, like it's so minuscule that it's like somebody may or may not have glossed over something.
Yeah, I don't mind having like 9.4s and 9.2s of like books that are older, I guess, but like, to be honest, this book right here was like heavily printed. Actually, there's actually a lot of them out there, which is why they're saying that they're not really giving too many 9.8s anymore, because there's already too many on the census, you know. So yeah, this book just got, shoot, if you have a 9.8, congratulations, you know what I mean?
You said what, like $2,000?
Dude, it's hit, the newsstand's hitting $2,000. Yeah, or already at $2,000, man. The regular direct version, shoot, where are we at on price on that? Let's see. The regular direct version of ASM 361 9.8. Wow, man. Yeah, so the direct version, you can get a buy it now for 1,500.
It's oh my gosh, it's pretty much gone up by like a quarter of what that's worth.
Yeah, so that newsstand premium adds about $500 to this book, which is insane, because you know the newsstands are just, they're rarer, because you know the story behind the newsstands is, the newsstand is the one that you would have bought like at 7-Eleven or you know what I mean?
Yeah, just like the little stand on the street back in the day.
Yeah, or a lot of times spinner racks, and they get really messed up, you know what I mean? And then the other editions where the little barcode's not there and you see the drawing, those are the ones that you'd buy at the comic shop. So the comic shop would usually take care of them, you know what I mean? They knew what they had, you know? So that's like the big difference on them. But the astronomical rise in value on these is insane. And like, and to make it even more trippier, like those are the prices on a 9.8, but when you jump down, you can get a, this is how crazy it is. You can get a 9.6, dude. Right? Newsstand, right? We're talking $2,000 newsstand. You can get a 9.6 for $595. So we're talking that
0.2 ads.
That 0.2 is like $1,500, man. It's so crazy. It is wicked crazy, man. And like, man, yeah, this book it's just astronomical right now. And dude, I dig it. I like this book, but man, I really should have got it back then at that, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy because it's not like, if I really wanted it, you know, I could. It's not like it's obtainable, but it feels bad having to go that high when you already couldn't, when you were already trying to get it and you could have had it like lower at one point. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and there's so
it's
many.
Almost like
of them.
You have to go back and admit that you done messed up.
Yeah, yeah. So.
Oh, and yeah, that's happened to me already. Where it's like I saw a comic at 70, and I was like, 70, it's too high. I'll probably get it in like 2 weeks. Then 2 weeks pass by, and it's like 800 down.
Oh yeah, dude, you want to talk about astronomical? Did you see the prices of the Ahsoka book?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no, I haven't, guys. Please tell me.
So Ahsoka, Star Wars Clone Wars #1. I know we have a Carnage image here, but Star Wars Clone Wars #1, the first appearance of Ahsoka Tano. There's like a variant that was for comic shops. There was 500 printed, and they were around $4,000. Probably like within the last year, you know?
What?
And people thought that was like an astronomical price, which it was, right? But now the only one listed is $20,000 online, and like that's a 9.8, right? And like there's a signed 9.6 for $10,000.
I love how the unsigned 9.8 is worth more than the signature.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the voice actress, I think she charges like $300 for her autograph. So
really, Ashley Eckstein, she charges that much.
That's going by the CGC one I saw when she was doing it.
Wow, dude.
You know what? That's a fair price.
Wow. That's she raised her prices though, because I remember her I used to go to the Disney conventions. They used to have the expo, and she was always there, and man, I shit you not, I feel like her price was like $50 or something. So
Yeah.
300.
Oh, usually at the conventions they
She's
are
really-
like $50 to $100, depending on how high up, I guess.
But it always depends
Wow.
on them ultimately too. So maybe
Yeah. No, but that
like,
happens, man. People raise their prices, you know what I mean? That stuff does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is, yeah, what a
20 G's, man.
yeah. So we're gonna tail this right into our comic book pick of the week, which is no surprise because Red Sonja's the thing right now. You know what I mean? So right now, if you don't want to get those first appearances, you can get into a new series. There's the Invincible Red Sonja from Dynamite, and there's a ton of covers. There's a lot of covers for this book, a lot of ratio covers. But issue 2 is about to drop pretty soon. It's not out yet, but we put it on the comic book pick of the week because I think it's a lot of readers get thrown off because they're like, oh well, it's on number 8. I can't get into it. You know what I mean? But right now, they planned this perfect because you got the casting, and then you got issue number 1 that just came out. So if any time you wanted to jump on board, now is the most convenient time. And these things are just like cover price, unless you're trying to get like a higher ratio variant, right? So on the issue 1 here, we got the Amanda Connor variant, and then on the right we've got an issue 2, which is the Carla Cohen variant, which she had a variant for issue 1 too, and her covers are incredible. They look like they're pictures, but they're not. They're paintings. So she's a painter from Europe. Pretty cool, very talented. And what we got here in the chat? Yeah, Pete Robles, Carla Cohen. Yeah, dude. Yeah, she's killing it, man. Amazing covers, dude. Yeah. And then
I already read number 1, and it's like it's got a really good hook to it. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
already itching to read number 2.
You know what? I'm gonna have to cave, and I'm gonna have to get it. I hadn't gotten it. It was one of those things. So like growing up, I was never a huge fan of Conan.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it was the cartoon series or anything like that, I just for whatever reason it wasn't my cup of tea. And when I saw the association, I was I kind of wrote it off.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm willing to give it a shot. Just to go into it. Like you said too, it's the start of a number 1 right now. Number 2 is coming out. If it works for me, perfect time to get a number 2.
Yeah. So the thing is, well, it's funny you say that because I'm not a fan of Conan either. Red Sonja is what I always dug. You know what I mean? So
gotcha. So that was what you latched onto more than than
because
really.
I would end up reading like the series from like Lieberman or Amy Chu, you know, all the different writers that they had on there. You know, there's a lot of writers that took it on. Yeah, and there's just a lot of really good Red Sonja trade paperbacks and stories and hardcovers that came out. Gail Simone wrote a really good Red Sonja, and she's probably the most successful female writer in the world. You know,
Isn't Gail Simone the one writing the story for the movie too? Or
dude, I mean, if she is, fantastic. You know what I mean? I met her in Las Vegas 2 years ago at the Retailer Summit, and she was more than gracious. Photos, signing anything for free, dude. Like she was just like everything.
Wow,
so like
awesome.
let's just like
That's the person that cares for the fans.
yeah. She was willing to talk about the stories. Like she's great. Yeah, she's a class act for sure. Yeah, I mean, Red Sonja is just a fantastic property, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And the book is really cool, Francisco, huh? Because it's like a swashbuckling tale. It's very like Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. You'd be surprised,
Okay,
Gabriel.
that's getting me a little bit more excited. And I just caught the pirate flag down at the bottom right now on the water. I just caught that right now. I was like, what the hell is that? So right now you said swashbuckling. I'm like, wait, Skull and Crossbones.
Yeah, Pete
That's
Robles
great.
says, yeah, he confirmed. Yeah, Gail is helping with the script. Hell yeah, dude. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
That is
That input
awesome.
alone, it's based off of how you guys are, based off of how you guys are like excited for it, that's gonna make me excited.
You know what?
That's
That just made the movie better, because the biggest problem with a lot of these comic book movies is that there's nobody that's comic book related involved. And the reason why the Marvel movies are so good is because you have Kevin Feige and those people that they bring in that care about this stuff, you know what I mean, genuinely are involved somehow, whether in writing and terms, you know. And you know what? That's why the DC movies, the DC movies probably haven't been as big a hit as some of the shows, because if you find on the DC shows, you've got like people like Jeff Johns or like you know what I mean? You have actual comic book people who are working on the
Yeah.
shows. So that changes like everything. That's why their shows are like actually like good shows, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely agree.
yeah, I think that helps. So having Gail Simone jump on board with the Red Sonja films, awesome, you know. And for anyone out there, if you want to support our show and store, we have our own Red Sonja variant, which we showed. This is our exclusive Invincible Red Sonja #1, limited to 300 copies. It's available on our website. If you happen to be local, you can get it in store. But Dean Yeagle did our cover, and man, I love this cover. This one really stands out. If you open up the book, Francisco, did you see that? If you open up the book, our
Yeah.
variant's in there. Super
Yeah.
cool, man. Dynamite, like, I love that they do that, man. So,
It's really neat.
more publishers should do that, and it makes it fun because it makes it like a checklist, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty badass. Yeah. So yeah, if anyone wants to support us, we have our own Red Sonja variant. We had some fun with this one. Dean killed it. I helped with the art direction on it. So I pitched these concepts back and forth with them. Dean always drew animals so cool, so that's the reason why ours is probably the only Red Sonja cover with the horse on it, because I love how he brings in this Don Bluth Disney-ish kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that in there with it right now.
Yeah, super
I'm getting
cool.
that Disney pull to it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is ours. And Pete Robles says she is consulting with the writers. Actually, that's awesome, man. Gail Simone, man, fantastic, and Red Sonja. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. I think we talked earlier that to tap back lightly on it, it's just a lot of news and a lot of things coming out, and direction that we're heading. What a cool time to be alive with all these incredible films coming out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's insane with everything that's dropping, and the news that we're getting on everything. I mean, it's wild. I mean, you turn on Amazon, you got an Invincible animated show. You know what I mean? You turn on Netflix. I mean, what's the thing that just dropped on Netflix right now? The freaking. What just dropped on there?
And I just got one of my students talked to me about it. I'm the resident comic book teacher at the junior high.
Well, they just showed a Sweet Tooth.
They talked to me about stuff.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth's gonna be coming out.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth's gonna be coming out, dude.
But he mentioned something about this, right?
I think Robert Downey Jr. is producing it or something.
Yes, he is.
Like that.
Yeah.
What, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. What's crazy about that is when Sweet Tooth came out, that was just $1 book, dude.
Yeah. It's on the cover too, right?
Yeah, it was like one of those dollar releases, you know. So people excused it. So that's why that book is not in good shape in a lot of times. But they're going for like 200 plus raw now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa, Jupiter's Legacy. Yeah, that's another one. That's from the Mark Millar universe. So man, dude, it keeps going on and on and on, right? So many things, and then
much.
Yeah, and then Disney Plus. I'm not even getting into all that stuff with Bad Batch and freaking Falcon and Winter Soldier. What else we got next on the way? A Black Widow movie, which I've been waiting for forever. A Loki show.
Oh, the Black Widow movie. Yes.
Yes.
And remember, we've been waiting for forever because COVID threw everything into limbo. So everything got extended by like a year. So it feels like even though it's only been a year, it's like, wait a minute, wasn't that supposed to come out 2 years ago?
Yeah.
It feels double the time right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Vanessa in the chat says Jupiter's Legacy was a great show. Recommend to binge it though. Awesome. Cool deal. Yeah, Mark Millar is very talented. I believe Mark Millar is also the creator of Kick-Ass, right? Isn't he?
Oh.
I think he's the one behind Kick-Ass. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, it looks like she also recommended Invincible. She said it was another great show.
Yeah,
too.
Invincible's super Invincible was one of those things like Saga where people were always behind it even before it was a thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, just a lot of great content, great time to be alive, with a lot of cool stuff coming out. Just incredible. And yeah, I mean, Red Sonja's next. We got Venom 2 on the way. And also, to add to note, remember that when Venom 2's done, there's still a freaking Morbius movie somehow coming from the same production company, right?
Yes.
Sony. So, and we already forgot about that one too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and didn't they also release the, or at least like the first image look of what Jared Leto was going to look as Morbius?
They did. Yeah.
All right, cool. I was like, did I dream this at one point?
Yeah. He didn't have any Joker tats. We don't have a Morbius tat version of it.
we don't need to know he's damaged, right?
Yeah, and then they're also getting a Masters of the Universe, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was trying to think of right
okay.
now. Yeah, I don't know why I blanked on that. Yeah. So yeah, and Kevin Smith is the writer on that one, man. Yeah, so
just
crazy.
the fact that you said that to me right now, just it adds something to it because I know how much of a comic book fan Kevin Smith is.
Yeah.
So anytime he's involved in a project, I just get super stoked.
Oh yeah. Oh, Vanessa says they're also working on Why the Last Man. Oh snap. Yeah. Forgot. Yeah, and Marvel What If, of course. I forgot about that one too.
Okay.
Yeah, Why the Last Man. Oh, dude, that book is hard to find actually. I still don't have a copy of that one either. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, so many good things. Yeah, Why the Last Man was Vertigo, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was Vertigo it came out in. But yeah, I mean, that's going to do it for today's show. Man, so many things. I'm sure we're going to have episodes here where we're going to talk about strictly those things and deep dive into them because we're going to get trailers for those things. We're going to get shows for those things. So we're definitely going to lapse back to those things. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us today. Always great to have you. Always stoked to have you guys. Thank you to our special guest today, Gabriel. Hey, thanks for joining us, brother.
Very happy to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody that's watching right now, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and can't wait to see what next week's show looks like with you guys.
Where can we find you on Instagram, brother? What's your Instagram?
Oh, so my Instagram is going to be something very simple. I don't have a cool name like the Boy Blender, which is really cool. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's pretty much just going to be my name, so it's going to be lacuesta.gabriel.94.
Awesome, dude.
I just keep if you know a Gabriel, chances are I'm probably that.
Fantastic, dude. And Francisco, where can we find you on Instagram, brother?
At the.boyblunder.
Awesome. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm at Ruben Naheda, and you can find our store at Metahumans Comics on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And again, if you'd like to support the show or the store, we have our own Red Sonja #1 cover, which you're looking at right here on the left. They're $20. Oh, there you go. Francisco's got one.
Oh, he's pulling out the stacks right now.
Yeah.
You guys gotta go get it. It's a good hug. It's a good start.
Dude, the book. I'm not kidding, man. It's beautiful, and like the back is pink, and like I don't know. It's just one of my favorite variants that we've ever done. I don't know if I've said this before. I talked to Dean 5 years ago at San Diego Comic-Con, and I was like, we're gonna do something together. And here it is. It's real, man.
Came to fruition.
Yeah, we dreamt it. It became a reality. And yeah, he agreed, and we finally made it happen. And I'm so stoked. And one of these days, I'm gonna try to see if I can get we get a special interview going with him or something like that, because he has a big he's like, if there's a cartoonist Hall of Fame, he's in it. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's a legend. So shout out to Dean. Thank you for doing our fantastic cover for us. And thank you for everyone for watching. I appreciate you all. Catch you all next week on our auctions. If you're local, come by the store. And we'll connect next Monday on here. So everybody stay safe, stay positive, and thank you for joining us. Signing out here.
All right, guys.